Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the backstory. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Now ladies and gentlemen, today President William Ruto has given the strongest hint of dropping the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua in 2027 as his running mate. Now President William Ruto was speaking today during the launch of the G7 Council. The G7 Council is a caucus of women governors in Kenya. And today they were launching their strategy at the Safari Park Hotel. And when President William Ruto was given an opportunity to talk, he stated clearly that he's going to talk to his deputy Rigathi Gachagua and agree on the fact that the party should have, if the party will have a male candidate, they will think of having a female candidate as the running mate. Now the question is, if they agree on this, if it is William Ruto's intention, then most definitely they will agree on it. And if they agree on it, where or which position will Rigathi Gachagua take in 2027? And I want us to listen to the video and then come back and analyze it.
And to significantly enhance financial inclusion of women, among other efforts. And let me say this. When I did a memorandum to Parliament, I did not do it for political correctness. It is because I had made a commitment to the women in Kenya Kwanza that we would finally do something about this 2/3 gender rule. And it has been a back and forth for now over 10 years. I want to commit to the women of Kenya that this time round, we will make sure that the 2/3 gender rule is attained. And the exercise that is going on in Parliament, the NADCO report, now includes what Aisha Jumwa and her team have been doing. And the commitment I made is that for the 290 seats, at the very minimum, we must have at least 1/3 being women. Now, I know there is a lot of calculus and mathematics and interpretations and what, but in the bill that is going to go to Parliament, we will make sure that at least more women, and hopefully we can do this by next year, more women get to leadership in Parliament. And my instructions are very clear to Kimani Ichung'wah, who is the leader of majority in the National Assembly, and the PG of our Kenya Kwanza team, that will be the official position of the party. And we have talked to many leaders, especially men. And I can tell you, ladies, for the first time, I see that men are committed to making sure that this time round, we succeed in actualizing the 2/3 gender rule in the frame that we have set. And I want to ask women leaders, I know you may want higher numbers, but we can do it, you know, we can do it progressively. Let us get what we think is attainable now. You guys know what you need to do. We can then take it to the next level, and then take it to the next level, and finally get it to 50-50. Let me also say the following. Cecily Mbarire is the chair of UDA, not by default. It is deliberate and it is intentional. And one of the assignments she has is that we must, as a party, lead from the front, and we must make it in the rules, Madam Cecily Mbarire, that when Rigathi and myself tukifika hapo mbele na tumepangana, tumekubaliana vile itaenda, we must also agree that going forward, if a man is a candidate for president in our party, the woman must be the runner. And if a woman is the candidate, then a man can be a running mate. Okay? And we must also cascade it down to the governors. So, and we must be intentional and deliberate about it, otherwise it will never happen. And I know fellow party leaders in other parties will agree with us, because we all agree, because I'm sure the party leader in Wiper supported Wavinya, the party leader in ODM supported Gladdys, and all the other party leaders supported their women candidates. So we will do this.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, President William Ruto has stated clearly that his party will lead from the front in helping the women leadership to attain the two-third gender role. And the president has also said that he will ensure that his party leads from the front in supporting them. And he stated clearly that going forward, his party will have a male candidate and a deputy who is a woman. So the question that I'd ask earlier is, where will Gachagua fall in this pecking order? Will he be given the position of a prime cabinet secretary, or will he be just any other cabinet secretary? So that will be a fall from grace for Gachagua. But this is a clear indicator that William Ruto is not comfortable with Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate, as it is right now. For President William Ruto to have talked about this thing, that issue in this forum, it means that it is something that was planned. It's something that he has thought about, and he must have told his speech writers about it to include it in his speech. So it's something that is cooking, that should not just be ignored. And this shows you clearly that the president is not comfortable with Rigathi Gachagua. You know, there have been maneuvers here and there, and there have been talks of the president thinking of replacing Rigathi Gachagua with Ndindi Nyoro. But this is now a spanner in the works. It means that the president is looking at other options, apart from Ndindi Nyoro. So maybe he's thinking about Waiguru, or it could be another governor or female governor from outside central Kenya. In the scheme of things, I think President Ruto is somehow trying to find a soft way of dumping Rigathi Gachagua without causing a political kind of uproar. Because if they continue with pursuing this gender agenda, then it will be a very soft way of telling Rigathi Gachagua that for us to be seen as being inclusive as a party, then we have to give in to the demands of the women in our party. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want to ask yourself, why is William Ruto talking about this in 2020, before 2027? So, William Ruto can dump Rigathi Gachagua in a soft way in 2027. So, if he drops it using this line of trying to work out a way in which to absorb the women leadership in his party, then that is something that can be used to softly dump Rigathi Gachagua. And then that will assure him that going to 2032, he will get someone who maybe has been at the back of his mind to take over the party leadership. And after 2027, Rigathi Gachagua will have not recovered going to 2032. Because one, he will not have the political backing of Central Kenya, the attention will shift from Rigathi Gachagua to someone else. Maybe the person who shall have been elected as the running mate to William Ruto. So the focus will be on that lady. And then the 5 years will give William Ruto time to also try and think of who will succeed him in 2032. So most definitely in 2032, he can get the person that he has been eyeing to take over from him, and then still give him a female running mate. By then, Rigathi Gachagua shall have tired down politically. But the question is, another question is, who is that female leader who William Ruto is eyeing at? If you look at the option that he has in Central Kenya, we have Waiguru. We also have the Embu governor and any other female leader from outside Central Kenya. Because now this spreads the net wider to not only think of or female leaders from Central Kenya. We have ladies like, or women governors like Gladdys Wanga, who is doing a very good job in Nyanza. So that might give him an opportunity to cast his net wider and get a leader that he thinks they can work or he can work with heading to 2027. But the most important thing here is the fact that Rigathi Gachagua is now a cornered man. He is now a cornered man that he needs to start working on his exit from that top position. And his option would be to start looking at how he can get a party heading to 2027. And if he's dropped by William Ruto, then he can take on his boss in 2027. Because if he waits for his boss to make it in 2027 and launch his presidency in 2032, then I think he will tire down from 2027 to 2032 and he will be forgotten politically. So this was a very strong message from William Ruto to Rigathi Gachagua. Remember, today they were holding a cabinet meeting. But after that, Rigathi Gachagua didn't appear anywhere in that function. So it's like it was something which was prepared and he wanted to deliver it when Rigathi Gachagua is not there in his absence, so that he can start digesting this information slowly and slowly. Because if he did it while Rigathi was there, then it would have been an embarrassing moment for the deputy president. But that is a very strong message that should not be ignored by Rigathi Gachagua's coming. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me today. If you're new here, kindly hit that subscribe button and the notification bell down below so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Until next time, bye-bye.